Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio Podcast. I'm Smoot. Hi, how's it going? Nice to see you. Joining me this evening, Chucks and Will. How you guys doing this evening for yourselves? How's it going?
Yeah, all good. All good.
All good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. I am a few inches deep in snow over here.
I didn't know where you were going with that
Yeah,
I'm going in the snow. That's where I'm going.
That's where you're going.
We didn't do a show last week. There wasn't much happening. But yeah, the weather here is a little bit more winter based than it has been. It's just been kind of warm and such, and now it's like, hey, it's December. Here's snow. So
Yeah.
yeah. We've mainly had wind over here, haven't we?
Yeah, we're getting a bit of
we
that
have
right
had
now.
some wind. Our bins have been blown over a couple of times.
Oh,
That's
no.
about as severe as it gets for us.
Well, that is quite severe.
It's fairly severe.
Did they get in the bin, or was it?
I think that might have been the problem. I need to kind of weigh it down.
Yeah,
Something.
that's true. Yeah.
Put a brick in it.
Could put
Yeah.
a brick in it. I'm not sure that they'd be very happy when they come to collect the bins there.
No.
Bin is full of bricks.
That's true, yeah. I didn't think about
But yeah,
that.
could do.
Although no, I really want to see how one of them bin trucks would handle a brick.
Just one. I could probably handle one.
Yeah, I probably could do one. Yeah.
Yeah, but no snow so far. At least not here.
Well, we got a bit of snow about a week
Did you
ago.
get some like last week?
Yeah. It wasn't.
There was
wasn't
quite a
too
lot
much.
during the City game last week, so you're not far from there.
Yeah. It wasn't too much. It was raining beforehand, so it didn't settle as much. But there was another visit. We get a bit of a dusting. But yeah, it warmed up the next day, really, so it was all gone pretty much straight away. So apparently the odds on a white Christmas are being slashed, as the media likes to say.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
But yeah, I don't know how actually you'd make any money on it, or any decent money anyway.
Depends where you are. Snow on Xmas Day, Manchester, 6.5. Yes, that's not bad. Cardiff 9, the closest to me. Maybe I'll go for that. I won a fiver on the lottery today.
Oh really? Oh, well done, you.
Only because it was like I don't know what they call it, like a trickle down or something, a roll down,
Oh yeah.
where the jackpot didn't get one, so all of the other prizes get a little bit extra.
Hey, there you go.
I got two numbers, which usually would just be a freebie draw. Then next week. Now it's a freebie draw and a fiver. So it's,
Well, there you go. Can't
just
complain
throw
there,
that on the snow on Christmas Day.
Can't remember the last time I won anything on the lottery. I probably something to do with that. I don't actually do it anymore. But
Yeah.
When I did do it, yeah. So then the most done was about £2.70 on the Euro Millions once.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's my week.
That is about it.
Yeah, everyone's going crazy over this new variant as well, which
Oh, the
I just
Omicron.
don't get. The Omicron, yeah.
Oh my God.
Omicron, return of the COVID.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just
Everyone's
don't get
having a real hard time with the word Omicron.
That's true, yeah.
I don't get it. It's been a letter for like thousands of years or something now. When did the Greeks come up with that?
A lot of people are adding an N to it.
Omnicron.
Omnicron.
Yeah. Or Omicron.
Oh my god.
Omicron.
I would probably
Yeah.
pronounce it as that if I knew it.
Yeah, so we've been moved back into Plan B, apparently. Whatever that actually means.
Plan B is all like passports and stuff, isn't it? Which is
Well, I was watching on one of the news
worrying.
channels yesterday, and they were showing how basically ridiculous it is because I think they were in Bristol actually, I'm not sure.
Okay.
And
Don't want to be here.
they were in a cinema and basically interviewing the owner of the cinema or the manager, whatever he was, and he said, "Well, the new rules basically mean they've got to wear a mask at all times, even inside the actual screen itself."
Yeah.
And you're like, well, the manager was like, well, you know, all due respect, we're not health professionals. We're not going to go around telling people to put masks on if they're exempt or anything like that. So, you know, people are just going to do what they want. So,
yeah.
Then they come out of the cinema and literally went over the road to a coffee shop where there's no rules on masks.
Oh dear.
So they can literally sit around the table and talk. You know, don't need a mask at all. And
that's a weird thing, isn't it?
It just showed you the complete.
Once you're sat down, you're allowed.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think the chairman of Iceland, the shop, not the country, he pretty much said the same thing. He said our staff aren't, you know, they're not health people. They're not going to go around telling people to wear masks if they're not wearing a mask. You know, we're going to suggest that they do, but if they don't, then we're not going to tell them not to.
Yeah.
Or tell them they have to.
Seems to be the same in the supermarkets too. They'll have on the door,
Yeah.
we would like you to wear a mask, and then the security guard on the door isn't wearing one.
Yeah.
Well, can't really get that angry if people don't wear them, then, can you?
True.
Exactly.
Leading by example.
And then you've got this whole ridiculous thing of the party that's not a party.
How is that a story? Everyone
Yeah.
seems to be focused on the wrong half of that story. There was a party in number 10. So for Smoot's benefit, our version of the White House is actually mostly black, right? That's strange. And it's much less grand. It just looks like a house. Number 10 Downing Street, where the Prime Minister supposedly lives and works, and you know, that's our White House. And there was a party there last November, or maybe there wasn't, but you know, there obviously was. But it can't be confirmed nor denied, is the official word.
Yeah.
But lots of people who were there say that they were there and it happened. And this was during the time that they had told us all to lock down and not have parties.
Yeah.
So that's the big outrage. And yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that bad about it. They had an office party, and
yeah.
Okay.
Were they wearing masks? Were they vaccinated? You know.
No, they wouldn't have been vaccinated at that point. It would have been it would be before last November. Before
okay.
they
It was just coming in, wasn't it? So yeah, they probably wouldn't have been.
But apparently, no one got that sick from it. No one in the government died, so they must have been okay. And really, surely the outrage is that we should have been allowed to do the same thing. Not that they did it, but that we weren't allowed to do it. And yet everyone's going, how could they have done this thing? This party was so irresponsible. They must be held to account. No, the problem is that we weren't allowed to do it, and it was clearly fine.
Yeah, we were given the wrong advice, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Or at least the decision could be in your hands then. Like, you can have a party, make it small, be careful and whatever. If you don't feel like it's a good idea, then by all means don't do it. We're not forcing you to have a party. But, you know, the option's open to you. No one would complain about that, surely. But
maybe it was before, like, hey, don't get into gatherings and all that stuff. Maybe it was.
Well, that was it. They were telling us not to.
Yeah.
And yet they did it. Almost like it's one rule for them.
Well, that was the thing I kept hearing all week. They kept a lot of the news channels were going out and, you know, different cities and going, what do you think of the government, you know? And that's all they were saying. Oh, it's one rule for them, one rule for us, you know.
Like, are you new to this whole thing?
Have
you never met a politician?
And And then, do you reckon this whole Plan B thing is just a bit of a smokescreen to try and get that off the news, something? That's
Uh,
the thing I read yesterday is just because you didn't pretty much know the Plan B is not needed or not going to do anything. But the media are going to lap it up as they have,
Yeah.
and it's going to knock this story to the further down the agenda.
It might, but the idea itself is kind of horrific.
Oh yeah,
It's almost like you're trying to cover up your murder by planting a bomb somewhere.
yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
no, this is not the way you do that. You do something really good, surely, to cover up the bad thing you did.
It's the whole thing about what's the name himself, isn't it? Johnson as well. He's basically denying all knowledge of it.
Which is ridiculous.
Which is because apparently his like second in command was at the party.
Yeah. You say I didn't go. I wasn't there. But
yeah,
I can't tell everyone what to do. They're all adults,
But they were saying they're going to have a big.
I'm not sure that. I'm sure that if anything did happen, then the rules would have been followed.
See here.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's the thing. Apparently, they're going to have this big investigation now into whether or not it did or didn't happen, and it's the whole thing just not needed. Just ask the guy who was there.
Yeah. Whatever you're paying for that investigation, I'll do it for half. And I've actually got the answer right now, right in front of me. Yes, it turns out it did happen. There you go. Investigation over.
Apparently there was more as well. There was different. Do you reckon there could have been as many as 8 separate parties?
Yeah.
But,
this doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, that's.
So we've had the rules this week. I don't know about you guys at the NHS, but we had an email going around saying, unfortunately, we have to cancel all of our office Christmas parties.
Yeah,
which
we had something.
Really annoyed a load of people. And then it was soon followed up by like emails from random people in various offices saying, do you want to just meet down the pub instead?
Yeah, it's not really a party, but yeah, I suppose one way to get away with it.
What is a party? It's the same people just going to a different place.
Yeah, we got an email pretty late actually on Friday. And it was kind of buried within. Like, we get regular sort of bulletins on different things going on. And it was kind of buried within that. Like right at the end, it said we are recommending not to have gatherings, as they put it. So much so I think they realised that and gone, this probably no one's actually reading this, so they sent it out again separately. But yeah, the whole thing is just madness, considering that the variant that everyone's worried about just isn't showing the potency.
Potency, the danger, the risk.
Yeah. You could understand if you got it and you were in hospital the next day, you couldn't breathe and all that. But it's just not happening. I don't know. Maybe there is a school of thought that I heard this a couple of weeks ago as well, and it's kind of followed what's happening. They were going to bring in this Plan B, and then because obviously all the polls on Boris are right down at the minute. He's not doing very well.
No.
Come early January, he's going to announce or reveal that the restrictions aren't needed and we can go back to normal. And he'll be the big hero because he's announcing this.
That's the kind of thing you do to cover up the party.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but it's all followed suit. What some political analysis. I can't say the word. Analyst. There you go.
Probably an analyst.
Analyst, even one of them as well.
Analysis.
A guy that knows things. There you go.
Expert, we call them. We call them experts, and we don't listen to them.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that will happen. But I just don't get it. Say some of the alerts you get news alerts. I have to turn them off tonight because some of the alerts you get. This variant might cause so many thousands of deaths by whatever day. You think, well, it might not as well. Why are you
Yeah.
telling me this?
And how many was the Delta doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think that was the worst one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was worse than the original, wasn't it? Is that right? Or is it just that we were testing more when it came around?
No, the Delta one, yeah, they were saying that was pretty powerful, potent.
Yeah. So if this one's going to take over the same way the Delta did with, I don't know if it's Alpha or the one pre-Alpha, the original COVID-1,
the OG.
the OG, then that's great. We should celebrate it.
Yeah.
Like, bring on the Omicron. I'll have it.
Yeah. That's exactly what I can't remember the guy's name, some expert was saying on the radio the other day. Exactly what they were saying. It's like if more people are getting it, and it's not as mild, it's not as powerful, and it is a mild cold, basically, then what's the big deal? You know?
Sweet. Worry about the next one.
Yeah. You get a cold, you might have a rough couple of days, and you're fine again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get a cold. You can't stop the world from moving because, you know, a couple of thousand people have got a cold.
Yeah. That's my problem with the argument.
Even when you look at the stats, what they're saying now, it's like, I can't remember offhand, but I've seen on the news just before we come on, it's like 54,000 people have tested positive in the last 24 hours. 54,000 people, okay, it's a lot of people, but when we've got how many in the country? 6 billion? 6 million, rather.
You think we've got 6 million in the country?
It's a bit, I was right the first time, wasn't I? Sorry.
6 billion? You think we've got 6 billion in the country?
Isn't that right? Did I get that wrong?
There's about 7, nearly 8 billion in the world.
Alright. So it's must be billion then?
It's like...
I was right the first time.
No, you weren't. You weren't. Orders of magnitude off. We've got about 65 million in the country.
65? Right, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Possibly closer to 70 now, I don't know, but somewhere in that region.
Well, the point is that despite the...
Interesting to think that was your range, though.
I know. It's late, leave me alone.
It is late.
No, but despite the gross underestimate...
Which makes it even better, though. If you thought it was only 50,000 today out of 6 million,
well, yeah,
it's now 55 million, which makes it like 10% of the problem.
Yeah, basically, the point is...
There you go, I've just put your mind at rest.
There's, in the grand scheme of things, there's not a lot of people.
Not a lot of people.
That are being affected by this. Now, okay, you can. This is where the scientists are going a bit crazy and saying, you know, well, it's doubling every day, and apparently it's going to get to 1 million by the end of the month. But then, if it does get to 1 million, like you say, there's 65 million of us here. So, I just don't get the hysteria.
And then, if it gets to 1 million by the end of the month, then, I mean, how long does it last? Maybe a week, I guess.
Exactly.
You're supposed to isolate for 10 days. By the end of that month, 1 million or more will have the natural immunity from it.
It'll be okay.
That's sweet. Then maybe by the end of January, even more.
Yeah.
Have you got any numbers? You're the health expert here.
Really?
Do you know how many are in hospital with it, or the kind of rates of?
I don't, but I did actually just see this on the news. I was watching BBC News before we came on here. It's something like 7,000 in total.
7,000 in total.
Maybe a little bit more. Go for 8 to be sure.
And we don't know how many of those are what strain, right?
No.
Because it's only something. 3% of Delta cases ended up in hospital.
Yeah.
That's really low for a bad variant.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
If this is significantly less, I don't know. It's just.
I mean, I could understand when COVID first come in. You know, we didn't know anything about it, and everyone was getting it. And...
locked down for a while because who knows? We might be able to contain it. And at this point, we can't.
At this point, they were saying, some expert was saying, we know more about it than we've ever known before.
Yeah.
We've got the vaccines that are okay. You might need 3 goes, but at least they're working. And we know more about how it actually works and, what causes it and how it works and all this, and we're still operating as if we don't know anything about it. Like as if it's something new.
We're still operating as if it's something that we can wipe out at some point.
Yeah.
All is make sure everyone in the world is vaccinated 3, 4, 5 times, and then it will just be gone.
It sounds that simple, but you're right. It is that simple in a way.
It's that simple, which it's actually kind of impossible. Really, it's not.
You're not going to vaccinate everyone. We get that, but
yeah,
right.
You
And
vaccinate
how many
a good
times have you
chunk
got
of
to do
people.
it? And in the time, like, because we did have one. We had a variant here for a little while, didn't we? We had a UK variant which seemed to just disappear.
Didn't that become the Delta variant in the end?
Oh, did it? I thought that was the Indian one.
No, because they changed the names because there was the Kent one, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And then that was when they started changing the names because they didn't want locations on the names.
Right. I thought that was the Indian one was the Delta variant.
You might be right. I'm not sure. I don't know many people in the country, so
they didn't like it. They hated it being associated with China early on, didn't they?
That's right. Yeah.
And then it was like Brazil, and we had one, and India had one. I think the Delta was India, but I may be wrong.
And
then this one
came
from South Africa. Just like, even if we get everyone vaccinated here and everyone wears them, we'd lock everyone down and no one ever meets anyone else. It's still happening.
Well, that's the point. Do you remember? I think it may have been late last year. I'm not quite sure the times, but the hysteria over the what we were calling the Rio variant.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all panicking over that, and that didn't come of anything.
Yeah.
And now it just seems like we're, like someone said, are we going to have this all the time? Are we going to get, every time we get a new variant, we start panicking?
Yeah, apparently.
Is that what we do now? We just panic because of COVID every couple of months?
Panic. Oh, there's another one. Got panic. It's that time again. Lock everyone down.
Should we get into the wrestling?
People are catching cold.
Not to break up that discourse there. I didn't want to interrupt or anything, but
Well,
I thought that's all that happened this week.
Yeah.
MJF went home. I guess there's that.
Yeah. On Dynamite, MJF in front of his hometown of Long Island, or home crowd, I guess, I suppose. It was kind of odd that he was being cheered for a change, and CM Punk was getting booed.
He's been playing up for a couple of weeks now that he's going back to Long Island, and that's his people, and he loves it there. I thought for sure he was going to do the swerve. Say, the best thing about Long Island is getting the hell out of here, or whatever it is that the WWE guys would say. But no, he
was right. He was absolutely right. They loved him.
I think it was kind of cool he actually did that, because that was WWE. He wouldn't have done that.
True.
No.
They would have had him do something to get booed.
Yeah.
And it just wouldn't have worked because people would, you're in his hometown, guys are gonna get cheered. Might as well milk it. So, and it came off quite well. I thought it was nice. It was nice, probably the wrong word. Interesting to see Punk play it the other way as well.
Well, he just kept shitting on the Islanders.
On the Islanders.
Oh, yeah.
Of all things.
Taz was very happy with that.
I knew I hate this guy.
I'm glad they put him on comment. I know, obviously it's only while JR's not there, but I'm glad they put him on the main show. Because I've always liked Taz on commentary, even back when he did SmackDown. So he's really good at stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Outside of that, not much else. Trent returned, which means that we saw his mom Sue drive him to the ring. Once again.
Sue in the minivan. He's cut his hair off.
Yeah. He looked like John Moxley a bit.
John Moxley, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
He was shredded too. He was. He looks great. I don't know what happens with the. Are they the best friends now, or are they just chaos now? They're just going all out with the chaos thing.
I think they're still the best friends, I believe.
They're still the best friends. There's just a lot of them now.
Yeah.
He's
Let's
back.
see. Yeah, I'm trying to get. Yeah, there's a shot. Let me get that on the TV there. I didn't see the Moxley comparison until I gave it a second look, and I was like, oh yeah, true. There it is.
Yeah, now you mention it, you can see it a little bit.
And then we had your boy Cody Rhodes come out,
It's not my boy.
and and he teased going through the heel ramp, the heel circle, whatever it is on the side.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny actually.
Yeah, so he's playing it up now. He knows the deal.
Didn't he say one good guy to another or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely onto it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing it up. And then you get to
Gotta
see
be the right thing to do at this point.
And then you can see some of the burns from the match on the week
Yeah.
prior, which looked incredibly gnarly.
Yeah.
You can see it.
So he's
Yeah,
getting.
so I actually didn't see the match itself. What was wrong with the match itself? Something you mentioned before we came on. It was a bit. There was something not right with it or something. Or...
Well, yeah. What you're talking about
I
last
seen
week.
the spot. That was it, really. But...
The
Yeah.
Flaming Table match.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get the tweets from like last week to show up. Pretty much it was like, Cody comes out, and the street fight starts and whatnot, like early, and they brawl into the crowd and whatnot. And once Cody took his jacket off, you see all this like weird shit on his back that looks like his skin's peeling.
Yeah, it looked like he had a really bad sunburn, or like when I don't know if you ever like covered your hand with PVA glue when you were a kid.
Yeah.
At
Elmer's
school,
glue
maybe,
for me.
and then it starts to like peel off.
Yeah.
His back looked like that for the whole thing.
I'm trying to. I'm desperately. I'm doom scrolling here to try to.
Just go back through a whole week.
Yeah.
Yeah, his back looked real weird, like it's flaking off, and I don't know if we were supposed to not notice it or what.
So what was it, like some kind of protection thing, was it?
What's that?
Yeah, it was some kind of fire, like I don't know if it's supposed to catch fire but not heat through the skin, or not catch fire, or what the deal was. But
Taz claimed that somebody was drinking glue during the show. It was in the trash.
Because they mentioned it. Instead of what you'd imagine, you just pretend it's not there. They said, "What's that on Cody's back?" And I think it was like Excalibur said something like it was when he hit him with the bin. Like he like dumped a load of rubbish out from a bin, and like, must have been something in the bin. It's like, what, like glue?
Yeah.
Full of glue.
Yeah, here it is, by the way. This is a decent shot of it. And like, I mean, it's fine, but like...
And whatever it was, came off. Because it was a 25-minute match or something.
Yeah.
He was bumping on his back, he's probably sweating, and there was barely any of it left by the time he went through the table.
Yeah. There's stats saying maybe somebody was drinking a bottle of glue in the trash. It looked weird, and I guess maybe part of it was still like on his coat when he took it off as well.
Mm.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I never saw the actual match. I just saw the spot itself, and I mean the spot itself looked okay. Yeah, decent enough.
There's a still of it, yeah. Yeah,
that was our new intro.
Yeah. Yeah. You should put Arn falling off the stage into it.
We should. We should make our intro just a load of bad things that have happened.
Falling off the stage.
Yeah. Brian almost did it too. I don't know if I can get a clip of that, but like he was like one step away from falling off the stage at the very beginning here. Here's a still of it. Yeah. Oh. Sorry about that. There he is. You just see him just like, help. The match also, like I said, it was all right for like a street fight. The table spot was super unnecessary, and then as you pointed out on the back, on his back here, you can see just charred bits of the table and like the burns that he suffered from it, right there. And then we saw, like I said, when he came out for the tease with Sammy Guevara in the TNT title, you saw his arm like all charred up as well, the burns and things like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. You wouldn't have thought, I mean, obviously it has, you wouldn't have thought such a small spot would have done that much damage, really. But, clearly it has. Fair play to him.
Yeah, that's why
I
you
wouldn't have done
shouldn't
it.
play with fire.
No, shouldn't.
Even if you are trying to get over to your hometown crowd.
So, and yeah, it was, we mentioned Punk as well, Punk playing the heel as well. That was interesting.
Yeah, so they mentioned on commentary that he'd walked both sides of the aisle in his career. He went right back into that heel mode very, very naturally.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
said, he's
no
done it
problem.
before, hasn't he? So. Yeah, I'm just looking through one of the news sites. I won't mention which one it is, but
Is it
they're all
WrestleZone?
terrible.
There was a sign for WrestleZone on the show.
What's the really?
Yeah.
Who's promoting that? Yeah, I won't mention which ones. They're all terrible. So, we were looking at it before we came on here, but we one of the headlines, and this is apparently a headline. Brock Lesnar wears overalls on SmackDown. That's an article.
It's true. He did.
No, it did. It did happen, but
It did happen.
yeah, so he turned up on SmackDown wearing overalls. It seems like he's in the I don't give a shit what I wear mode of his career.
Mm-hmm.
He was dressed as a lumberjack the other week. And now he's a lumberjack.
Now he's a farmer.
Lumberjack farmer. So yeah. Wonder if that'll be one of his alternate attires in 2K22.
Just can't believe that's one of the main headlines this week.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
That's what we got.
Here's a shot, by the way. I just found it. This is from last week as well. This is the same show as Arn falling off the stage there. Here's Brian almost inches away from disaster. Let me put it in motion here. Because he's about to drop the mic. Yeah, he drops the mic and then he's like, "Wah!" Like right there.
Really?
Just inches away from disaster, like I said. Anyway. Yeah, Brock Lesnar with the overalls is a look, I have to say, just to go back to that.
It is. Definitely a look. Other story is Matt Hardy's tweeted saying that he's extremely confident about the future or something, extremely positive outlook. Probably, possibly, because Jeff Hardy has been fired, maybe?
Yeah.
Fired, released, walked out. We don't really
Is that
know
official now?
Yeah.
They've not made an official statement or anything, but apparently, what's the guy who's guy on Twitter is quite well known for his scoops?
Sean Ross.
That's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He basically broke the story. I think it was Friday afternoon. It all stems from apparently he was at a house show at the last weekend, and didn't look in the right frame of mind. He was a bit worse for wear. So much so they didn't actually complete the match. He basically left the match mid-match. And then the story goes, apparently he was offered rehab by WWE, and that was it really. If you're gonna refuse the help, then I guess there's not much else they can really do.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Nope.
I mean, yeah. If you're turning down rehab, then they're probably gonna get rid of you.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I mean, everything's okay with him, not having like a weird relapse or something like that.
Yeah, it was kind of weird though, 'cause it was only, I think it was the week before. I don't know when it was actually taped, but he was on the Stone Cold Sessions show, and they went into quite some detail on the infamous match with Sting at TNA. The one where he was basically out of it, and he couldn't compete and had to be stopped. Remember that one?
You said this was on
Anyone?
the Stone Cold Sessions, you said?
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah, we're
sorry.
we're here. We're here.
No one answered me.
I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button there. You said this was on the Stone Cold Sessions, right?
Yeah, they were talking about was it Victory Road in TNA?
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Basically he was totally out of it, wasn't he? And he couldn't do anything in the match.
Hmm.
And I think that didn't they end up stopping it? Didn't Bischoff come out and stop it somehow?
No, they just rushed the finish.
Yeah.
That's right, but wasn't Bischoff
Sting
involved
pinned him
somewhere?
and like I seem to remember him kind of like forcibly holding him down, just like, no,
That's
we're
right, yeah.
done.
So yeah, he was discussing this on the Stone Cold Session show. And he was saying like he saw this as a bit of a turning point in his career, and
Hey, turning point. That was also
as soon as he watched it back, and obviously as soon as he saw what the state he was in, he basically cleaned himself up again. And it just seems a bit weird. This has happened like a week later. So whether or not I don't know. I don't want to speculate whether thinking about it made him fall off the wagon again or something. I don't know, but I hope he gets himself clean if that is the case.
yeah.
Seems something going on. I don't think they just do this out. If there wasn't, it seems a bit weird as well. A lot of all wrestlers came out when it was announced that he was released, or when it was came out that he was released. A lot of them come out and basically wished him well and wished that he was okay and stuff.
Mm.
So, although apparently Matt Hardy said he's fine. Matt Hardy said yesterday or something he was okay.
Yeah, you see it. There's a tweet. It was great to see all the outpouring support from people, within the industry and whatnot.
Yeah.
Speaking positively about Jeff. It's pretty nice.
Oh yeah, there's people saying, I mean, you can imagine he's been around long enough, but there's people saying, they inspired him to get involved in wrestling and all the things you'd expect from someone who's been around as long as he has. So
Yeah.
hopefully he does get himself sorted out. I don't saying that, I didn't think he'd be back in WWE this time around, so maybe he will be back one day, but I don't know. I can probably see him ending up in AEW more than anything.
He was a big reason. One of the it's him and Kurt Angle are the reason I started watching wrestling.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Well, this is bad timing. I need to do this. It's only a soft drink, honest.
Yeah.
I can do that too,
I can't do it. I've got a bottle.
There you go.
Yeah, so I mean, if maybe he's just having a bad time of it and he gets himself sorted out, and maybe we see the Hardys one last time in AEW.
Could do.
That seems to be the plan, I think.
Yeah.
Brother Nero.
He was talking, I think I read an interview with him a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying that he was with them because he got drafted to SmackDown, didn't he? From Raw, but the other way around, got down to Raw. One of them. And he was talking about doing the Willow character he did in TNA.
Oh yeah.
He was having discussions about bringing that to WWE. But obviously it didn't get any further with it. So
you think maybe like
I don't know about that Willow character.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
I didn't see much of it, to be honest, so I don't really know. But
it was there's a reason why it didn't come back, I think.
Fair enough.
it wasn't the best idea.
Good luck to him anyway. If he has got problems, he gets sorted out, and hopefully we do see him back.
Yeah.
I've said that. How old is he now? He must be. I mean, he's still
Early 40s, I guess.
must be. I was going to say 40 odd. Yeah. He's still got a little bit left in him, hasn't he? I suppose, but
41? 44? Wow.
is he
I
that
said
old?
that. Which means Matt must be 47, 48.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Hardy's in nearly 50.
Yeah, and that.
There's a shocker.
Yikes.
48, yeah, God.
Good lord.
Speaking of old,
Just take a moment to let that sink in.
yeah,
'Cause, they were like the young up and comers when I started watching this shit.
yeah. I miss most of the early stuff, but yeah, I've seen a lot of it since, and obviously more modern stuff with singles characters or whatever.
Time catches up to everybody, I have to say. Time.
Yeah, it seems that way.
It's crazy.
Speaking of kind of unrelated, well, kind of related, but I've seen a report that apparently Hulk Hogan's in a bit of a bad way. Don't really know the full story and what's actually wrong with him, but apparently he's not in good health.
Oh.
I think it may have been Eric Bischoff who said something online, so in one of his interviews he does. But yeah, apparently that was about a couple of weeks ago. I'm just trying to find out where the quote come from.
Oh yeah, 19th of November here. Hogan reportedly dealing with really bad health issues, and
Yeah,
there's a
apparently-
photo of him as a pirate.
I've just yeah, apparently there's a photo of him seen looking really thin and using a walking stick.
So Ric Flair said
Was it Flair? I think actually now you mentioned, I think it was Flair who said it. It was, yeah.
he's having some really bad health issues, but he keeps up with me. We support each other, good and bad. When I was in the hospital, he flew up that day like everybody else that came up to see me. Hulk was gracious. Jimmy Hart was great. Don't remember seeing them because I was in a coma, but you're right. But they made the effort. So didn't actually say anything there.
Yeah, but can you really trust Ric Flair?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I've said publicly when my son was going through all the issues in the hospital, I can't keep up with the rehab bills. Yeah, that's not about him, though.
I've got to be honest, that photo of him, it looks alright to me. And that doesn't look like a walking stick, it looks like looks like a plank of wood.
He's walking the plank. He's really kept the pirate gimmick.
He's just keeping the theme going. Yeah? He's coming back again next year.
He's gonna shiver his timbers or something. Yeah, he actually looks fine. He just looks like Hogan there.
Yeah, he looks alright. That doesn't look like a walking stick to me. He looks like he's
no
bit of DIY or something. I don't know. Yeah, he looks alright to me. I think it's been a bit blown up, that story, actually. Can't be that bad if he's walking around shops doing photos.
Yeah, that's not how a walking stick works. That's just a stick. All right, false alarm there then maybe. Just Ric Flair being Ric Flair.
Slightly less serious. I hope. Chris Jericho was actually over here for a Fozzy tour this week.
Yeah, that's true.
And apparently found himself in Swansea Hospital on Friday night, and he had to cancel the gig.
Oh God, that's not where you want to be on a Friday night.
Well, I thought that myself.
Or any other time, actually, especially on a Friday night.
Yeah, so apparently he's okay and he's out now. He's in London, according to a photo I've seen today on Twitter.
I just saw a photo of him in Paris. I think it was Paris anyway.
I thought it was Paris, but I think it's actually London.
Is that the Marble Arch, not the Arch?
I think it's Marble Arch.
I don't know the arches.
No, I didn't know. So yeah, I don't know what was up. He put on Twitter himself, or someone put on Twitter who spoke to him, said he was in hospital with a non-COVID treatable issue, whatever that means. But it's not COVID. Could be anything else.
Vague. It's not COVID. Don't worry about that.
But yeah, apparently they cancelled the gig in Swansea and Nottingham.
They just didn't want to go to Swansea and
I
Nottingham.
think that's probably what it was. Yeah, he was. I'm really good. I didn't know he was actually over here. I missed the announcement on his Twitter or whatever, because he actually played Liverpool on, I think it was last Friday night.
Would you have gone to see him?
I would have done as well, because he was in, and he probably would have loved it himself, because I read his book and he's a massive Beatles fan.
That's true.
And he played the Cavern.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he probably would have been over the moon to have done that himself. Like.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the Cavern's quite a small place anyway, so then there was only like 200, 300 people in there maybe.
Yeah.
But I remember, I think he's on the radio or something years ago, and I remember him saying whenever he came here with WWE, he'd take a day out himself to do all the touristy stuff for the Beatles, because he loved the Beatles that much. And there was a couple of photos on this week when he was over here going around Liverpool doing all the Beatles stuff. So he probably would have loved that himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even know he was here. I seen it the Saturday morning after the gig, and I would have tried to get to there if I could.
I saw him back in the day, Fuzzy.
I've never seen him. He's done a few gigs over here, hasn't he? But he's never.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how long they've been around. I saw him in 06, I think.
Yeah, well, he went. He kind of disappeared for a bit, didn't he? And he was just doing the wrestling.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, he got fired, didn't he? In 05. Fired.
Yeah.
I think was it Cena got him fired or something, and like when
That's right, yeah.
Cena was just taking off in 05, and then he came back in late 07, and during that whole time he was just doing he wasn't just doing the band. He did like Dancing with the Stars and stuff, and he did what was the game show he did? Downfall. Did a bunch of stuff.
Downfall,
yeah. But yeah, I saw him in that little thing, and they were better than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, some of the obviously the more popular songs you hear more often, but I don't think I've ever listened to an album. I probably should.
Yeah, I was never all that impressed by him, but I mean, news to no one, but Chris Jericho is quite the showman. He knows what he's doing. Like on the stage, he's the man.
I can imagine. Imagine the shows are really good. Yeah. Imagine. Where was that? Where did you see that?
Just a small place here called the Beer Keller. It doesn't exist
anymore.
anymore.
Oh, we've got one of them,
an axe throwing bar for a little while, which I never got to go to before it shut down. I'm disappointed. Yeah, he was there. I don't know if it can't have been more than a couple of hundred people there.
Yeah, we've got one similar kind of place. It's I saw the Killers there actually.
Oh,
There was they were just about to go on tour, and it was like a pre-tour gig kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it was really small, like 200, 250 people there, and that was really good. Because obviously they play massive stadiums, don't they, the Killers? So
yeah,
it was cool to see them in a bit of a small, intimate. That was the word you're looking for. Intimate venue. So yeah, so apparently he's okay anyway, which is a good thing. They've got a gig in, I think it's London tonight, and as far as I know, that was all on. So,
I missed him for another year.
Yeah. Probably once this tour's done, he's going back to AEW as well. So, he'd probably won't be touring for a while, you'd think.
Yeah, but he will be touring again. You know he's going to do it again at some point.
Oh yeah, you'd think so. Yeah.
He'll be back.
Should do some kind of super gig at Craven Cottage next year. With AEW one night and Fozzy the next night.
Say one night in Fozzie's? What?
No, that's a totally different DVD.
I don't know if they're big enough to fill the cottage, are they?
Probably not. Actually, no. I'm thinking about it.
They're doing 200 or 300 in the cavern.
Yeah.
I think you're filling up a whole football stadium just for Aussie.
I'm just trying to see what other news we've had this week. Apparently, ROH's final show is happening right now.
Yeah, they're done.
That is correct. Yeah.
There's been quite a few wrestling personalities saying nice things on Twitter about Ring of Honor and how it started. Pretty much everyone, really, isn't it?
So apparently they're expecting to come back in April.
Yeah, I read that. This is like the
But-
last of the current
Yeah,
the current Ring of Honor, if you like.
Lucha Underground expected to be back too.
Yeah, I'm just reading some Tommaso Ciampa said a few things, and
Yeah.
Ivar from the Viking Raiders.
Although
Yeah, they started there.
the rumors of Lucha Underground have been swirling for quite a bit. It's kind of weird that ROH would just fire everybody and then try to come back in. Oh, sorry about that. Hold on.
Well, whilst we're being attacked, we'll carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick Jackson, or both of them actually, they both said a couple of nice things about him. Which, I remember seeing Ring of Honor in Liverpool, actually. A nice little link there with Liverpool shows. Saw them at the Olympia. Trying to think who was on the show now, because there was quite a few big names on it. Samoa Joe. Some kid called Brian Danielson.
Yeah, whatever happened to that guy?
Don't know. Some Swiss guy called Claudio Castagnoli. He was on it as well.
The money
Yeah.
gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah.
He never did anything. He was never going to grab that brass ring, was he?
No.
Damn millennials.
Trying to think who else was on it. I can't remember when the show was. ROH Liverpool. It's like the first show they ever did. Was it see, there was two actually. Was it Unified? Yeah, that was it. Unified. Because it was the main event was
With FWA.
no.
FWA or the
the guy who run FWA, Alex Shane, he
Alex
was
Shane.
involved in sort of bringing it over, but FWA weren't actually involved themselves. That's right. I remember the main event was the Danielson against Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah, the Indies were so good back then.
I'm looking at the card now. Look at the names on this card: Matt Sydal, Colt Cabana,
Yeah.
Spud,
Spud? What the
Yeah.
hell?
Davey Richards, Jimmy Rave, PJ
Yeah.
Whitmer, Claudio Castagnoli, Chris Hero, Doug Williams, Robbie Brookside. This is NXT trainer now.
Yeah.
That was
the most successful out of the lot.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, that was for the FWA Championship, I didn't realise.
They did a lot of stuff early on, especially when ROH came over here. They were always there's something going on.
Yeah.
Austin Aries and Roderick Strong defeated the Briscoe
Nice.
brothers. Yeah.
Generation Next.
That was the first show, so what? It was on the second show we seen. There you go. Homicide. Davey Richards again. Sourdough Ray.
Is this? Are you reading out all of the names or just the ones that became something? Because it's like, if this is the whole card, then it's a 100% hit rate.
Pretty much, actually. I'm not missing many out, actually. Most of the same people are on the same show, actually. Pac, and I can't remember even being on the show, but he was there.
Some bastard.
The bastard was being a bastard back in, when was this? 2007. Oh. And the main event was Joe against McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness was he had health issues, didn't he? He could have been a bigger thing than what he became. I know he was quite a big thing anyway, but he could have been a huge star, I think.
Yeah. That story never made any sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you watched this documentary on the network?
Not on the. Oh, was it on the network? Maybe it was. Because he
Yeah.
did Wrestling Road Diaries, didn't he? On during his last tour.
Yeah, well, he was,
Farewell
that was
tour?
the thing. He was producing himself, wasn't he? He was doing that
Yeah.
himself. Yeah, because I didn't quite get the full story of why he stopped wrestling. I know he was told something, wasn't he, about something about his health, but he wouldn't go into much detail.
Yeah, I can't remember it all totally off the top of my head, but there was something wrong. He had, I don't know, it was a rotator cuff or some injury that needed surgery to sort out. But he didn't have the money to sort it out,
That's right.
and he couldn't wrestle to make the money to sort it out. So he was kind of stuck in a loop.
Mm.
And then he was offered the contract, but he was too honest about the injury he had. Like, he would have passed and would have been given the deal, but he said, there is this thing that I kind of want to get sorted out.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, whoa, no, okay, then we're not going to take you. And
didn't he end up in
then he
TNA
just
after
decided
that?
not to get it done.
Didn't he end up in TNA after that, though, for a bit?
Yeah, he was in TNA for a bit, yes.
Desmond Wolf?
Well, there was something after that, though, wasn't there? Because he was Desmond Wolf for a while, and then he couldn't make it to WWE. Or he was signed as a commentator, but he retired by that point.
I thought he had like a neck issue of some sort.
Yeah, just reading through his wiki, but I can't see anything on them.
I'm pretty sure it was something that was solvable, something that he could have sorted out over time and come back, and he just decided not to, and he never really gave a very satisfying answer as to why not.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There's definitely something that he. Sure, I think there's something that he said it was untreatable or something. I think you're right there.
Yeah.
But not much on his wiki either. So he retired from TNA in 2011.
There you go. So he decided to retire since WWE didn't sign him. He didn't want to go back to TNA, and he couldn't wrestle the style he used in Ring of Honor. So.
Oh, there we go. There was later report. This is in
hepatitis something, wasn't there? There was a
hepatitis B. Yeah. There's a report that Wolf was pulled for the event due to an undisclosed medical. This was no surrender in 2010. Pulled from the event due to an undisclosed medical situation that was sidelining for the next few months. On December 2014 podcast, McGuinness revealed at this time he tested positive for hepatitis B.
Oh, that sucks.
Right, but he's over it. He hasn't got the Hep B anymore. That was a short deal.
That's right, yeah, because he came back from in-ring competition in 2011.
So this is what all the documentaries, he's talked about it a little bit, and I think it was even brought up. It's like, so if your arm's okay and you don't have the hepatitis, why don't you just wrestle? And he kind of went, oh yeah, I never really this is what I'm doing now. It's never really got the answer to that one.
Maybe he was just happy with whatever he was doing at the time. He was like, you know what, this is better than,
Maybe. But then the whole thing was like how depressed he was about not being able to wrestle anymore. Well, you can now.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a fair point.
Apparently he did some commentary in his later ROH days.
Yeah.
Which is where Michael Cole was recommended him.
Mm-hmm.
WWE announced McGuinness had signed with the company as a commentator. Made his debut at the UK Championship Tournament in 2017.
Yeah.
On the 4th of September, he joined 205 Live and Main Event. In 2019, he released a documentary on McGuinness titled Chasing the Magic. That covered his full career and his early childhood. On May 28th, it was reported McGuinness had been furloughed during April as part of budget cuts stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic. He returned on the September 17th episode of NXT UK and continues to commentate with Andy Shepherd, whoever he is.
Andy Shepherd.
So he didn't go back to America, but it looks like he stayed over here.
I kind of forgot about that whole, everybody getting furloughed for a little bit there.
Yeah. And his wiki's got a random picture of him with Kevin Kelly.
Hey.
Yeah.
Did he
That was
commentate
actually the-
Ring of Honor with Kevin Kelly?
I think he did, yeah. I think last time I did some graphics for VOW, I actually used that picture of Kevin Kelly. There's very few pictures of Kevin Kelly, you know. It's just... There's not many of them around for some reason. I think there's more now. He started doing it New Japan, didn't he?
New Japan.
But yeah, there wasn't many of them.
None of his old WWF run?
They weren't very good quality. He couldn't use them in
Yeah.
graphics.
The
So, yeah, I use that picture quite a lot.
That was the thing for ages with Gabe Sapolsky. You could never get a picture of Gabe Sapolsky.
Yeah.
Then he appeared on camera once. And oh, that's why.
There's a bit of a link for you. He was actually that Ring of Honor show we just mentioned in Liverpool.
Yeah, he was booking it up.
When it finished, he was actually stood in the foyer shaking hands with people as people were walking out, saying thanks for coming.
Huh.
Which I
Thank you
thought
for
was kind of
coming.
cool.
Thank you for
I
coming.
guess Vince McMahon doing that, would you?
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was, and then it was only the guy I was with who knew a lot more Ring of Honor than I did, and that was Gabe Sapolsky.
He just looks like a wrestling fan.
Yeah. we were walking out shaking this guy down, like you see.
So you have touched Gabe Sapolsky's hand. Wow.
I have.
The hand that gave
Incredible.
so many of the best talents in the industry, even today, their start.
That's a nice little segue to Ring of Honor's final show.
Yeah.
There's my tribute to Ring of Honor. I shook Gabe Sapolsky's hand. Oh, and he's now known as, we were joking, and he's now known as Cesaro. But Claudio Castagnoli knocked my drink over during a match as well.
Oh, wow.
That bastard.
Which I'm still holding personally responsible, and if I ever meet him again, I will ask him for a refund.
Anyway, before I was interrupted by a vacuum cleaner.
Was that what it was that was attacking you?
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense why Ring of Honor would just let go a bunch of talent and then in April try to come back with like a rebranding of some sort. I feel
it's probably cost, isn't it? You can't be paying people for you're not doing shows.
Yeah, but they let everybody out of their contract.
Maybe just like a goodwill gesture. Like, I don't want to keep these guys under contract and not be able to use them, so go find work. You know?
Go work where you can.
Yeah.
I still think the company's going under.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens if they just don't come back.
Well, kind of related to that, the next story I was going to bring up was Tony Khan says he'll be lending support to Ring of Honor, a final battle.
Oh, so he needs credit for paying some...
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he'll be paying some talent to appear.
Yeah, well, we gotta credit him for that.
Credit him for that.
Yeah.
Let's see, what did he say? According to an appearance on Busted Open Radio. They get all the goss, don't they?
They really do.
I do want to wish those folks at Ring of Honor the best. I'll be doing some things to support them in this last show to make it a good show for them. I love pro wrestling and I love help pro wrestling fans, even if the other companies, and even the other companies sometimes. But yeah, over the weekend I'm going to lend some support to them and try to help them out because it's the right thing to do.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Maybe he's paying for Jay Lethal to be there.
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
Ooh.
Jay Lethal, yeah. This article mentioned some of the people who've showed up in AW.
There was, I forget who it was, but there was some sort of one of the talents for the main event. I think it was the champion holder for ROH came down with a case of COVID, I believe, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let me see here if that's right. Yeah, Bandito.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. ROH World Champion Bandito tests positive for COVID-19. Will miss final battle. That would be an interesting swerve, like, oh yeah, this person tested positive. Just kidding, and then ended up being there.
Is it too soon for the fake COVID test?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure someone will do it at some point, but you know.
Too soon, but also relevant.
Increased liver enzymes.
Yeah.
I
God.
think it's too soon for that one.
Liver enzymes.
Get us all in the end.
Apparently, top Impact star is in Baltimore for ROH Final Battle.
Top
That
Impact
is...
star.
Who is in it? Who
Does
is
Impact have any stars?
it? Leona Pareto?
Iona Parazzo. She was in NXT for a while.
She was, actually, yeah. Apparently, also, as rumoured, is Weston Blake, formerly known as WWE's Wesley Blake.
Wesley Blake.
God.
That was a good name change.
That's how he's got around that one. Sneaky, they'll never suspect.
And apparently EC3 is in the area as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I
the
don't
only
think what else we've got in the news. Go on, sorry.
last week, Fortnite debuted its new season. Well, also a new chapter in the lore, which includes, believe it or not, The Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a shot of
This
him.
guy's
Right there.
everywhere.
Yeah, he even.
Yeah.
I'll have to let me see if I find the tweet. He even kind of dropped like a vague reference to it in one of his Twitter posts for like some sports drink, I believe.
He's flogging his own drink, isn't he? As well, he's got his own brand drink out or
It's
something.
tequila.
I'm not sure.
I was going to buy some of that. I'm just curious about it. And then someone on Reddit said it tasted like shit. So I'm second guessing whether or not I really want to spend 50 quid on a bottle of crappy tequila.
There's our review then.
All right, well there you go. Yeah.
If I ever do
shit.
buy it, I'll review it for you. I don't know. Scared now.
Oh, Zoa Energy. That's what it's for.
Zoa.
I think that's his company. Sure, that's his one.
Take a look here. I'm trying to. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. There it is. So he has everything here. I'm just gonna pause it. Ah, get out of here, Rock. A late night grind powered by Zoa Energy. Zoa delivers healthy energy when you get to that 0 point, which is like the little portal thing in Fortnite. So you're always taking the higher ground because drinking Zoa will always give you the strongest foundation, which is the name of his character, in the universe, which is a broad term because of all the stuff that's been happening in Fortnite with all the crossovers and things like that. Sip your Zoa, now let's fucking go. So there you have it.
So, games are just adverts now then.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I can't believe he shoehorned that in there. I was like, wow. Next level advertising. But yeah, you're not wrong. I was kind of hoping, also they're teasing like a Gears of War crossover with, I guess, Marcus Phoenix and some other character, I believe, being part of, like, oh, these are the special characters you can get this time around. And I was really hoping for Dave Bautista because I would have loved to have Dave Bautista and The Rock in a game that isn't WWE, apparently. So.
Yeah. Was Batista in something? I'm
Was he?
sure I saw.
Yeah, he was.
It's Gears of War, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I'm saying like outside of WWE, you know, this is like the first Rock game or first game for the Rock to be in, and then you know if you're bringing him over, why not Batista? That's all.
Into Fortnite.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I think
I don't know.
I think they nabbed the wrong Gears person. That's all I'm saying. Marcus Phoenix is like so 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Gears of War was for the 360, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's going back away. That's 15 years ago.
Yeah. Crazy.
I've not done a new one of them. Rebooting every other game at the minute. I might as well do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll probably see it hasn't aged well.
I remember it being very grey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's accurate. And the final boss, you just had to literally hold down like one button.
So I was reading. I can try and find the article that brought this up, but I found another one which basically covers it. Apparently, we might finally be done with 205 Live.
Well, yeah, because they got rid of all the talent.
Well, that's
Yeah,
it.
no one there is 205, and it's not live anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. The Cruiserweight Championship seems to have been forgotten about.
Wasn't there a storyline where someone over the weight limit wanted to make it like an open weight title or something?
Yeah, I think this is what's happening. That was the report I read. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's one of the new 2.0 guys.
Yeah.
From NXT, and he's basically saying he wants to rebrand it. So like that's the storyline angle. So yeah, it looks like its days are pretty much numbered.
Probably for the best.
The article will be in there. Generally, while WWE doesn't do much to promote 205 Live, they do the basics. They have a 205 Live Twitter account, which didn't even tweet during the show this week. WWE.com generally have a photo gallery for each episode, but this week didn't for this week's show.
Jesus.
They didn't even put a unique thumbnail on the episode on WWE Network.
They really don't care anymore.
Well,
they reduced roster.
They could have sacked the eggheads at .com as well. They just don't know how to do all that.
So there's another full circle moment. Know who the current Cruiserweight champion is?
That person. The guy's name.
That guy.
Him.
Yeah.
That
John,
guy.
Dave.
John Dave? No, not quite. Roderick Strong.
Oh really? Okay.
Of early Ring of Honor fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the only Undisputed Era guy left in the company. Now they're going to take his belt away. Not much point in him staying around.
This argument's going to become basically an NXT B show. Which actually would make kind of sense because they do it in the old performance center, whatever they call it these days. So they do actually do it in the same place, and it's mostly NXT people on there. I think this week the two guys from Liverpool, the grizzled young veterans, they were on it. They should do more with them. They're very good.
Just because they're from Liverpool.
Well, I know, but I know I'm biased, but they are actually very good. They even did a little backstage bit last week on NXT with stereotypical Liverpool, but he had the bald guy, Zach Gibson, steal someone's wallet.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, they should do more with them. They should have won the NXT titles in that tournament a few months ago. But yeah, that seems to be it for 205 Live.
Yeah, like I said, after firing like a shitload of talent for no reason, probably for the best, unfortunately.
It should have gone a long time ago, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true too. That's very, very true.
Apparently, this new NXT is doing bad ratings. I heard the ratings fell 50% in the demo over 1 week.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean the 2.0 gimmick isn't working?
To be... What's that?
I said, you mean the 2.0 gimmick isn't working with all the bright colors and everything?
What?
I think there's too much
it seems like too big of a drop to be just like a really bad show. There must have been something going on.
It's the holidays.
It's kind of getting there, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know.
I've only seen bits of this new NXT, and to me it seems they've done too much at once.
Yeah.
There's too much newness in one go. They got rid of the whole, the black and gold theme. That's. I mean, you can sort of look past that because that's just a cosmetic thing. But then you see, there's no. I mean, there's only there's Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano, but he's now gone as well apparently.
Yeah, Gargano's
so
well.
And they got all these new guys. You don't know who they are. Yeah.
And I'm hearing they're not that good either.
I've not really seen much of them, but
it's too soon. It's not, it's not their fault. They're being asked to do something that they're not ready to do. But it's the way it is. Fire everyone. Then.
If you're gonna bring in, like you say, like new people and they don't really know what they're doing yet, then it shouldn't be on primetime TV. It should be a internet show maybe, or something.
What they used to say about OVW and then FCW when that was their training.
Yeah.
They deliberately kept it off of TV, at least national TV, the local. But they kept it off TV because these guys weren't ready to be seen by that many people.
Exactly.
Now I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I think Shawn Michaels seemed to think that it's got a future. He was interviewed by quite recently. He said it's taking time to bed in, but it will get to a point. But I suppose. But you mean obviously a guy like him, and you don't know how much Triple H is still involved in it, but those two are behind it. You'd think that the general sort of agenda is going to be something that most people would like.
Yeah, I don't think Triple H has that much.
That's apparently.
He's pretty
it's
much
what we're led to believe. Yeah.
NBA. NBA might be denting the ratings there a little bit.
Okay, is it like playoffs or something? Something big going on?
I am not sure. It doesn't say one way or the other here. I could look it up though. It just says the NBA game between the Lakers and the Celtics on TNT topped the night in the 18-49 demographic on the cable.
Could be it.
On the cable top 150 with a .58 rating, drawing 1.6 million viewers.
Yeah, well, apparently NXT took a big hit on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're in playoff mode yet. I don't think.
That's even worse then. That's just a big game, I guess.
Yeah.
It's still eating NXT's lunch. There was another. How do I look at my own tweets here? I haven't done this for ages. So the headline from a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe, from Wrestling Observer: WWE Raw ratings up, still 7th lowest viewership in show history.
Got me in mid-step with that. Jesus. Yeah, oh man.
That's great. I love that.
It's so the ratings are so fucking bleak. Especially when you just say, "Oh, it got a point so and so in the ratings." I'm just like, that doesn't sound good, you know?
No, it's not good.
First time in a long time I didn't catch any of Raw this week.
And do you feel like you missed it?
Probably not, no.
No.
I had it recorded
when I decided I was done with it. Well, not even that. More like when I stopped watching it live. there was a couple of weeks where I was like, oh, that's my routine. That's what I do. I haven't missed a live Raw in 10 years or something. And then it kind of very quickly fell off. Like, oh, I missed one.
Yeah.
I don't really need to keep up with that anymore then, do I?
Yeah.
It was last night, actually. I had it recorded on my Skybox all week. And then it was actually last night before I was still up watching. I had AEW on ITV. And I was just going through my Skybox and I realised Raw was still there. I thought, I'm not going to get around to watching it. So I deleted it.
Well, Big E defeated Kevin Owens in a steel cage match at the top of the show. Let's see. Queen Zelina defeated Nikki Ash. Street Profits defeated AJ and Omos in an RKO Bro tournament first round match. Too many.
Oh yeah, you're not allowed to say tournament anymore, but you can say Bronament.
Yeah, that's too many hyphens. They need to clamp down on the hyphens. They're running amok there. United States champion Damian Priest defeated Robert Roode. Bianca Belair defeated Doudrop via countout. Edge and The Miz agreed to battle at WWE Day 1. The Mysterios defeated Alpha Academy in a RKO Bro tournament first round match. Jesus Christ. Finn Balor defeated T-Bar. And the main event, which got a lot of people talking, Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch defeated Liv Morgan. So there you go. And we kind of...
They tweet you mad.
That's true, yeah. I did see that as well.
What are they doing?
I don't know. I have who knows
Trolling
anymore.
their own fan base. Like, we are screwing you, and we're just going to laugh in your face about it.
Yeah. On the SmackDown side, which wasn't showing up in my address bar. Hold on. Let's see. Brock Lesnar destroyed Sami Zayn in front of Paul Heyman. Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs defeated Los Lotharios, Angel and Humberto, which I'm surprised. I mean, they're kind of hurting in the tag team department, so I'm not surprised that there's just a random tag team. Drew McIntyre defeated Sheamus. Xia Li arrived to help fight off Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler and Natalya to help Naomi out, which this was, I think, the first match in a while for Sonya Deville here.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
The best looking dad I've ever seen. Toni Storm defeated SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair via disqualification. That's a weird still for a thumbnail. New Day defeated Raw Tag Team Champions. I don't know why they were on the show. Way to keep the stipulation after Survivor Series alive for some reason. RK Bro and SmackDown Tag Team Champions the Usos in a triple threat tag team match. And that was the card for the week there.
Yeah, they kept on SmackDown before that match was on. They kept saying who's the best, hyping it up as who's the best tag team in WWE. Which wasn't that what Survivor Series was all about?
Yeah.
So I don't particularly know why we're doing that again. I don't really know why Orton and Riddle were on the show in the first place, to be quite honest with you. That was never really explained.
And for the McIntyre match, like, apparently there was a stipulation of McIntyre couldn't have his sword in
how was that a stipulation?
I don't know.
Isn't that standard? You can't bring a sword.
You can't bring a sword. So he just kind of drove it through Adam Pearce's desk here, and Adam was like, "Oh, why?"
I don't know what to do with McIntyre. I'd be really pissed off if I was him.
What kind of a reaction is that?
Just a sword.
It's just a
take
sword.
It out.
Yeah, just
carry on with your day.
Yeah, Just get a little super glue, glue it up, and you're fine.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Not even a real sword.
Oh yeah, there was also a promo. We can't play it, unfortunately. But Lesnar cuts a promo on Adam Pearce and brings up like moose or something like that. Or moose
Did he?
meat.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Really? Did you see Zaya Lee's entrance?
I saw a GIF of it. Yeah, it looks like she's.
Yeah,
they augmented the graphics onto her when she came out. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of CGI going on with the.
I'd give it a couple of months before they fuck it up.
Yeah, they'll just won't be bothered anymore. They'll just stop it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all supposed to be. We're all supposed to think it's real because the three of them in the ring were all looking at her like they were shocked. Oh, what's she doing? But yeah, as you say, give it a couple of weeks and they'll either fuck it up or they'll just forget about it and can't be bothered doing it anymore.
Probably the latter.
Did anyone know Ring of Honor?
We know it.
Do you know of it? I mean, do you know who people are?
Not anymore, no.
There's a big tubby guy.
Beer City Bruiser?
Looks a bit like Bray Wyatt.
Probably is Bray Wyatt.
I'm watching the video of the hour one from it was early on tonight apparently. To the tag belt too. Who's that guy there? Is he even on the floor like Bray Wyatt? It might actually be Bray Wyatt.
Brody King?
Is it him? Yeah, I'll show you the. Let's do that.
Hold on, 1 sec here.
Oh, that hasn't worked. Wait a minute.
Okay, well this is not going well.
No, here's this. Copy image. There we go.
I'm trying to play this backwards, but it won't do it.
Oh, crap.
I'm trying to hit flip horizontal.
There you go, him.
Won't do it. Weird.
That's just Bray Wyatt.
It looks like Bray Wyatt, though. That's not who he is.
I almost want to play this upside down almost. Yeah, well,
it's final battle. There we go. The Righteous, Vincent Bateman and Dutch with Vita Van Star defeated Shane Taylor. Oh, Moses Corn O'Shea. I don't know who anyone is.
No, those are all too new for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's some of the graphics and whatnot. I was trying to flip this around so that we wouldn't get like clammed or anything like that, but yeah. I don't see them keeping this up for however long they keep her on the roster.
No.
I have to say. Let's take a look here what you were linking. Yeah, it kind of does look like Bray Wyatt.
It's like a poor man's Bray Wyatt.
Poor man's Bray Wyatt. Anyway. I think that's everything. Kind of.
I think this is a reference only you'll really get, Chuck, but you might get it to me. It's a pound shop, Bray Wyatt.
It's a pound shop Bray Wyatt.
Like a dollar store. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Our dollar stores are becoming like a $1.50 store now because of
So
inflation.
That's due to inflation.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pound Land is like the biggest sort of brand of pound. There's a couple of there's Pound World and Pound Land.
There is Pound World, yeah.
Pound Land are like the biggest ones.
Whatever happened to Pound Stretcher? That used to be the one.
That's still going. I've seen there's one of them not far from me. But yeah, the Pound Land. Obviously, everything was a pound. That was the point. But they've now started selling other things for more than a pound.
Yeah, Poundland has done that for a while. Bigger things might be like 2.
Yeah. I bought a huge bottle of ketchup, and I'm talking. I think it was like 2.5 kilograms of ketchup. No one needs that much
2.5
ketchup.
liters of ketchup.
And they're like,
2.5 kilos.
Is that a pound? No, it's £4. But still, it was still quite cheap for the amount of ketchup there was. No one needs that amount of ketchup.
5 kilos of ketchup.
It was Heinz as well. It was a good one.
No, there's a 4.5. No. I'm trying to find like what it looks like. That's an obscene amount of ketchup, anyway.
There was, yeah. Well, apparently, though, going back to the Poundland debacle, they're actually only known as Poundland in the UK.
Oh, well, yeah, 'cause we have pounds.
Well, yeah, but they're known as Deals with a Z everywhere else. Which actually makes more sense because they sell stuff more than a pound. So
Yeah. But it is always like a certain amount of pounds. It's never like £1.99. It's just £2.
yeah, it's the exact
They don't
amount.
try and screw you over with the pennies.
Yeah, they couldn't. It was when they're an Irish company. They were started in the Republic of Ireland, and when they switched to the euro, they couldn't become Euroland, could they?
Euroland.
So they're now known as Deals with a Z. So yeah. Oh, we got stung a bit, to be honest with you, because where the Poundland is now near me, it used to be a 99p store. And then it got taken over by Poundland, so everything went up by a penny. I wasn't very happy with that, to be honest. And you don't seem as bothered as I was, so move on.
Nothing I can do about it.
I think we've reached the end.
I think that could
Sounds
that
good.
could be it.
That'll be in like
Talking about
forever.
pound
I mean,
shop.
we'll be back next week probably. But
Have we got pay-per-views? No, it's day one, isn't it? The next one.
day one's the next one.
Yeah, it's
Day
like in
one, that's still a
January.
couple of weeks away.
We need to sort something out for that one because we'll be on. We're not done.
Oh
It's on
no.
Saturday.
Yeah, just have to go on a bit early.
Yeah,
Yeah, just treat it like an AEW show. Only,
that's true. Yeah.
not care about the actual event. I don't know, I hope it's well, but it's hard to get into WWE these days. Especially with all the dumb shit that they're doing.
Apparently, it's kind of like what they did with Crown Jewel. They're throwing everything at it because they want it to be a big deal.
Yeah.
They want this day one to be one of the regular ones in years to come. So they want it to be a big one, the first one, which is why they do it on a Saturday as well, New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Which is actually going to be quite interesting because obviously further down the line, day one, like next year is going to be a Sunday, so that's okay. Well, 2023 when the 1st of January is going to be a Monday.
They could just not.
Monday night, day one.
Monday night day one. Maybe they carry
Back to
on.
doing TLC the week before. Just not do it anymore.
Yeah.
Or it could just be like day 0 with on
Day
Sunday. Yeah,
Day zero.
that could work.
Apparently they're not doing SmackDown, actual SmackDown shows the week of Christmas. We're getting the best of, which is going to be hard to fill for a year. So
Especially if you can't put anyone in that's been fired.
that's a point, yeah. I thought that, yeah. There'll be quite a lot of people in there, won't there?
So you have to pay royalties, and WWE doesn't like to do that.
Apparently, it's kind of similar, but one last bit of news before we go. They've actually Tony Khan said something this week. Apparently, he's been speaking with WWE over using footage for documentaries and things.
It's got to be classy, and the deal's got to be right.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. You read the story I did.
Yeah.
It's just kind of cool that he's open to listening, at least, anyway.
Yeah, but you also have to credit him. Because otherwise
of course.
he'll say, you know, he won't get enough credit for.
Do you think they'll actually do that? Or do they ever do, like, maybe they do a documentary on, like, Daniel Bryan or something? And
Yeah,
then,
I mean,
you know,
it's.
when they show the footage, they've got to put, you know,
I think.
copyright AEW wrestling.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they did that with ROH stuff when they had to use promo material or images from it for promos and stuff, or the Broken Skull sessions and things like that. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a problem. Tony Khan doesn't seem that big of a stickler for, you know.
No.
Like, how dare you use our stuff? You know, it's not like WWE, you know, where they would just flat out probably say no if you were trying to use some of their material on AEW's programming and things like that.
I was gonna say maybe checking it work the other way. Do you reckon they can use some old Daniel Bryan footage in AEW?
Yeah. I don't see that happening, but
no, I can't see that.
Anything's possible in this crazy world that we live in. Especially in 2021, as we're heading into 2022, anything's possible.
Well, as long as they give him credit, that's the main thing.
That's right. Anything else before we get out of here?
No. We should probably do some kind of. We say this every year, never actually do it, but we should probably actually do some kind of awards situation. I think that'd be cool to do.
I don't think I've seen enough to say what was the best of anything.
That's true.
And very little this year.
And we're still kind of in a pandemic, you know.
Well, I'm just thinking of stuff we've got like 3 weeks till day one.
Put together an actual awards ceremony.
Oh no.
It's true.
Pandemic's fine.
We can do it virtually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I guess that's true.
No, I was thinking of something we can. If the shows are going as AEW's got a fairly big show this week, isn't it? The winter is coming. But yeah, I'm just thinking of things we can do rather than fill time, because that's pretty much what we're doing until day one. So yeah, we'll come up with something. We'll let Bean decide the winners.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure. Alrighty. We'll be back next week. Hopefully with Beans here. Yeah. Hopefully he's doing well, and we hope you are as well. We'll see you then. Take care. Have a great one. Sorry for the audio issues, but we'll have hopefully everything will be good to go next week. So take care, everybody. Have a great one. We'll see you then. Good night, everyone.